I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor, and we have breaking news. Alright, so this is the breaking news we have. Blas continues to strengthen as we speak. It is continuing to rapidly intensify. In fact, I want to go ahead and go back a few frames real quickly before we get into what the NHC has, because this thing, we had a huge fire up, and then it kind of calmed down, and then as this was starting to wane, this thing right here, we had a massive blow up of minus 80, potentially down to minus 90 cloud tops right here, near the center of circulation once again. So it looks like this thing kind of went on a little bit of a lull, and then it just really just blew up again, which I must admire this hurricane's resilience, honestly. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the cone. This is now a hurricane that has winds of 85 miles per hour. It is continuing to rapidly intensify. The pressure's down to 980 millibars. It was at 988 earlier at the last advisory. Now it's 980. So this thing is continuing to intensify at a very rapid pace. Now it's intensifying at more than 1 millibar an hour. So we'll have to pay attention to that as the situation develops. So let's go ahead and take a look at the latest public advisory. It is currently located at latitude 15.1 north, longitude 103.1 west. It is moving to the west-northwest at 6 miles per hour and is expected to continue that motion with gradual acceleration. Hurricane force winds now extend 15 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds literally doubled in size. It was at 45, now it's at 90 miles from the center. So we need to pay attention to that. And as I said earlier, pressure's at 980. So that's essentially the situation we have right here, so we'll need to continue to pay attention to this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tracks and look at the intensity of this. The NHC still has this thing developing at Category 2 strength as it continues to intensify, so we'll be continuing to be paying attention to that as that continues. The tracks basically are the same, although there are some models that have this kind of brushing off the island over here that I keep mentioning. So we'll have to pay attention to that as it develops. And then the latest intensity. Basically, the models are now kind of, there's more models that have this going up to Category 2. The NHC has it going up to Cat 2. There's not any models that have it go up to major hurricane strength, which is good news. But the other good news is that this thing's going to stay out to sea and really not affect anyone. But it's still something we need to pay attention to, because this is already the second named storm, and this is the second hurricane in the Pacific. And honestly, it honestly has me a bit worried for what's going on in the Atlantic, because we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at the temperatures. Because if you look at where it's developing right here, this is like this is around 29-30 degrees Celsius right here where it is right now. This thing has plenty of fuel to continue developing. And let's go ahead and take a look at those Atlantic temperatures. Like the Western Atlantic, you can see we are seeing a broad area of 28 degrees Celsius, or about 82 to 83 degrees Fahrenheit of water in the Gulf of Mexico. And now we're seeing increasingly hot water around Louisiana and Florida. We're looking at basically 30 degrees Celsius, or 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which if you have that and have it really deep, that's rocket fuel for tropical cyclones right here. But we don't really have anything in the Atlantic. We do have Invest 93L, which is currently over land in Nicaragua right now, which I'm not making a video on it right now, because right now it's just a bunch of disorganized showers and thunderstorms, so that's why I'm not making any content about it. But we do have one other interesting thing I want to show you guys right here, and this is Invest 93E, not 93L, 93E, 93 in the Eastern Pacific. So we need to take a look at this. This now has a 70% chance of developing in the next 48 hours. An area of disturbed weather located a couple hundred miles south of the coast of Guatemala and El Salvador, associated with a broad area of low pressure, is there. Although shower and thunderstorm activity associated with the disturbance remains disorganized at this time, a tropical depression is likely to form in the next couple of days as the system drifts erratically. Environmental conditions are expected to become less conducive for development over the weekend. Regardless of development, locally heavy rains across portions of Guatemala, El Salvador, and southeastern Mexico, are likely during the next several days. 70% chance of development in 48 hours and 5 days. Let's go ahead and take a look at the information for 93E. So the maximum winds are now at 25 knots, or 30 miles per hour. Its location is at 11.5 north, 91.4 west, and the pressure is at 1,007 millibars. So let's go ahead and, we'll actually go ahead and pull the satellite loop up on it, honestly. So there we go. If this thing will load, there we go. But yeah, there's quite a bit of shear in this area right here, which is kind of what's limiting it. Where Blas is, it's really, there's less shear going on with it. So yeah, as you can see, there's more disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Although there is some rotation that's going on with this system, it's something we need to keep an eye on. The main story for now is going to be on Hurricane Blas as it continues to intensify in the Eastern Pacific. We had Hurricane Agatha intensify like this, and now we have Hurricane Blas. 2 named storms, already 2 hurricanes. So that has me a bit concerned about what's going to be happening over the next couple of months. Like, next couple of months, it's going to slowly build up, and then in late July and early August, it's going to just, the hurricane activity is just going to blow up. So yeah, I'll be tracking all of it on Pat's Path Predictor, so be sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out, helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather, which is what I hope I am doing with these videos. And to talk to them and let them know about potential hazards like these hurricanes, as well as tornadoes, winter storms, etc., etc. I know we've had some tornadoes in Wisconsin, actually. We'll have to cover it another time. But until that time, have a wonderful day and stay safe.